Um, so yeah, we gotta learn how to lane thing here. So let me open your OPGG here. Let's see what we play. Whoops. Shit. Okay, Plat 4. Oh, Fiora abuse? Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, this is perfect because, Fiora. I mean, if you win lane with Fiora every game, she's one of, if not the most snowbally top laner in the game. So, um, let me think here. I see you like to go. Is Manamune Fiora like the thing right now? Is that what most Fioras do?
Yeah, actually. So I know um
Oh yeah, you're right.
the rank 1 NA Fiora used to go at back in like season 10, and it dropped off, but after durability update, I think a lot of the one tricks are going in.
Yeah, you're right actually. Okay, cool. Not that it matters that much for me right now. It looks like some of them don't, but yeah, it looks like the one trick Fioras do actually go tier. Okay, so looking at your recent games here, you're actually having a good amount of success. What game out of all of those do you think you like? Where do you? Which one did you feel the most lost when it comes to laning? Where you didn't know how to push your lead, or you didn't know how to win it, or you didn't know how to deal with certain things, like the pain points, basically.
Give me a second to look over them because since I hit Plat, I keep on just inting level 2 and then the lane's over.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so let me try to find one of the ones where I actually like it was a fair laning phase.
Sure.
Oh, the one where I'm against Shen,
Okay.
um, where I'm 142. I think that was one.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
pretty lost.
I'll open that up. Let's take a look. All right. I'll share screen. Well, let's get started. So, Fiora versus Shen. You both are gonna have Ignite. That's pretty standard. D-Shield. Doesn't really matter that much. Odds are we're going to be looking like purely for fundamentals here. We're still at like a elo low enough where you're probably missing a good amount. So let's see. Well, yeah, let me see if this fixes something. Does that fix it? Oh, nice. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So right here. So like how both of these champs work at this point. You know exactly how Shen works. You know how his passive works. You know that. Wait, did you bring Grasp like he did? Yeah, and you brought Grasp. Okay, so you brought Grasp. He brought Grasp. Level 1, if he shields your Q like this, and you guys trade autos, he's gonna win because he shields your damage, right?
Yeah.
So this is when like knowing that, like if he tries to use Q, like he can't just save the shield, right? The moment he uses Q, it'll use it. So what you should be doing is focusing in just on hitting the wave for the push advantage, and trying to bait him into popping his Q to hit you, because that will pop the shield. Then you look for something like this. You're just kind of doing this. We call this flow charting around here. Another word for it's like kind of like autopiloting, where it's like you're just kind of, unless you had I mean, you tell me what was the reason you used Q here. Even though if I asked you to break this down, I think you would know that you would lose it if you played it right.
The reason why I did that is I find Shen's always a difficult matchup for me because I feel like you can just like the Q autos hurt so much, I kind of figured like I needed to get damage in because if I hit that vital, like I can back off to the bush,
Mm-hmm.
and then if he uses Q to shield the damage, the Q's on cooldown without him ever autoing me. And
Okay.
if he doesn't use Q, then it's just free damage.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean that's a good thought process at least. So basically, the problem with that is the cat like it's in his hands here. It's like you doing it is hoping he messes up. So instead, like doing it what I was saying, where you just focus on hitting minions for now and trying to basically walk at him and then walk away, trying to bait him into using Q, which will pop his shield and the Q. Then you look for something like this because you hitting the wave is very good for you. Like that's fine. He should try to stop you by using his Q or something like that. So you have no reason to like force a trade. If you struggle with Shen, you're probably overthinking a bit. We'll see here, but that's like the first thing I can see. Luckily, he doesn't play it right at all. He kind of just okay, yeah. Oh, okay. I'm assuming you misclicked there, right?
Yeah, that was not.
Cool. Okay. Okay. So, do you know Shen's passive cooldown?
No, I actually don't.
I think it's like I don't even know the exact number anymore. I think it's like what 8 or something or 10. But he can reduce it. So, 10-second cooldown reduced by 4 seconds. 1% ability successfully affects an ally or enemy. Okay, so 10 seconds. But when he uses abilities, he can refresh it. So the most important time to like track it is now, because it's like you're gonna go back and forth in between those two states that we just talked about, where you want to bait out the Q to pop the shield, and then look to trade afterwards, for those 10 seconds that it's down, and then it's gonna come back up, and it's back to trying to bait it out again. Same thing. So because like right here, you get that vital, and now his shield's gonna come back up. So that while his shield's coming back up, you want to try to hit the wave. Oh, that was a nice little poke there, though. Problem is, as you can see here, he's kind of trying to like bully you off the wave. You want to make sure you stand your ground in situations like so. This is exactly what I was talking about with like the very start. Why hitting the wave, like making sure that's like your number one priority, is so important, because whoever wins this level 1, whoever gets the push and gets to level 2, that means they control the lane until level 3 minimum. Because then until they crash it, slow push back to you, all that stuff. So that's just like a fundamental top lane thing to like any matchup. So let's just see. It's like
Wait, so in the moment like that where he's got a back vital, so I can't really hit it.
Mm-hmm.
Can't he just bully me off the wave? Because I'm never gonna win just straight up trading with him, and
No.
he can basically just stand his ground. And if I approach the wave, he just autos me.
That's a great question. So let me pull this over here. So basically, the situation will change depending on who's standing where. So it's like, if he's right here and you try to walk up and fight him right now, yeah, he's definitely going to win. That you can't get the vital and you're in this whole wave. But if you're like hitting minions over here, basically as far away from his minions as possible, it's like, we'll see, like these minions are actually should like kind of move it a bit. Yeah, like this. So so if you're standing here and he tries to walk up and bully you off the wave, he will walk up. If he doesn't use Q and you guys just trade autos, then you're gonna win because he's in your wave. These are like ranged minions are what matter. So it's like, I can actually show you an example of this. But it's basically like you want to cut, like if he tries to bully you off the wave, you let him walk deep into your wave and then you start trading back with him. You want to try to bait out the Q, wait for the shield to fall off, then go in. But point is here, the main concept is he can't just walk up and bully you off the wave entirely. There's like a point where you can stand your ground because you'll have minion advantage. So
there, should I have stood my ground?
So like so after this dies, like right here, yeah, you can just stand your ground here. So you want to kill this, yep, and then so you're actually doing okay, but until you walk away like this. So remember, he doesn't have a dash or anything. So instead of walking back like this, stand your ground doesn't just mean fight him. It means hit the minions. Like, you can just move to here and just keep hitting this. The range minions are the most important ones, remember. So if you kill that range minion, like, you're really not in any danger from the melee ones. You can kite them forever. And you'll have a range minion. So don't just run away and do nothing. Like, try to use your time to actually hit the minions, because you guys are both, it's 3 for 3 right now. It's like really close on who's gonna get the push. But it seems like, I'm assuming you're gonna try to go for a Q. Okay, yep, auto, keep autoing. Okay, he used his Q. It's fine, keep autoing. Okay, keep going. So you guys are like basically perfectly even right now. Okay, yeah, it's just perfectly even. So you probably could have gotten level 2 before him. You didn't do anything. You didn't make any major mistake where you definitely could have just like hit level 2 and killed him or something like that. You both are playing just like fine. No. There was like autos that we pointed out here and there that you missed, that you could have hit, but it wouldn't have made that big of a difference in the long run. It will though in a lot of games. So just like keep this in mind, that if you can't hit him, doesn't mean you can't hit the wave, and don't let them just like push you away from the wave if they can't. Meaning if they're not strong enough to literally just fight you in your wave. Does that make sense?
Yeah, at what point should I give up on hitting the wave? Or like, because there'll be a certain point if the other person has a minion advantage where you should, I guess, concede level 2.
Yeah. So
at what point should I cut my losses and just not try? Or should I keep on just trying to get as many autos in as possible?
It'll just come down to the matchup. So let's say you're against Trundle. If you're against Trundle, you don't even bother. Like, don't even bother trying to get level 2 first, because he will eat your ass alive, like, for sure. Urgot, same thing. Certain champions are just really strong level 1. It basically, the way it goes is, if you win level 1, you should hit level 2 first. Like, if your champion's strong level 1, you should hit level 2 first. If you're even, it'll be more of a skill thing. It'll come down to who knows more, like a knowledge gap. If you know these things that you should be constantly hitting the wave and they don't, that might get you level 2 first if you guys are just even strength. But if you're weaker, that it's fine. Just let them push in and you play for the level 3 bounce. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Cool. Ooh. Okay, so here. So this is stuff you already know. I know you already know this stuff. So let's look at this real fast. So notice something here. Oh wait, whoops. Oh shit, my bad. Let me zoom through here. I am brain dead. Okay, you both level 2 right here. Okay. Now, this is basically level 1 still. The wave is because you both have been hitting the wave the same amount of time, like almost perfectly even. The minions are basically perfectly even, and you're both level 2. And so if you were level 1, would you jump into his backline like this?
No, that'd be inting. I don't know why I did it this time.
All right,
I wasn't even hitting a vital.
Yeah, this is the flow charting we're kind of talking about, where it's just kind of like you're doing it to do it, and you don't even know the answer. So this is just fundamental stuff that you already know, and you just have to like stick to what you know. Don't do anything just for no reason. That's just autopilot stuff. Yeah, this is real bad actually.
Yeah, this is obviously terrible.
So like when I always tell people, like when I play in like platinum, even diamond and below, 90% of games, 80 to 90% of games, I'll win lane in the first 3 levels because of this. If I see like someone will do this, and then a good player immediately spots that you're trolling, and they just go in and kill you, right? So you got to make sure that you are your first 3 levels are so important in top lane. I mean, in any lane they are, but especially top lane. Because now you are in a really, really bad spot. But it's not totally doomed. You just need to focus on hitting the wave and getting level 3 first. Hit. Okay. So here. So do you know Shen's W cooldown?
I think it's what, like, maybe 10 seconds or something? I think it's like a few seconds shorter than my W, right?
His is like, I think it's like 16 or something. 18. Damn it. That's what I was gonna say first. Fuck. Yours 24 seconds. So you went W second. He went W second. Both your long cooldowns. So when that's down, it's basically like you're back to level 1. Now the thing is, at level 1, if we look at this real quick, you have your potion pop. Now look at the minions here. So you definitely want him to walk up and look for something here, because you know he doesn't have W, and you do have more minions here. So your goal is to do exactly what we talked about earlier, where you walk up, try to bait him into using Q to pop the shield, and then he tries to walk up and hit you, and then like right before it falls off, you jump in. So let's see what happens. Perfect. Now turn back around. Okay, so now all you're missing here is like the moment he turns around, you need to be ready to turn around. Because notice something, he's like overextended. Like he used his ability, didn't get anything. He's in your 5 minions because you have more. So you need to be ready for like the moment this falls, this shield, to jump in and punish that ability being down. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Q. Ooh, close. Okay. Luckily, he just kind of like gives you it. He doesn't even back away, but okay. Oh, no. Okay, so I think you know this too. I think you know exactly what's going on here. You're just like kind of autopiloting through the lane. So, all right. So at this point, third wave is here. Shit's like still basically in the middle.
Oh, so I should play like level 1 where just get level 3 and then try to go in for a good trade?
There you go.
Instead of...
That's all you need to be thinking about right now. Because not only do you both have fresh waves, so you can't just jump in and fight him. So now, if you jump in and try to fight him in this wave, it's even more punishing. Because it's a cannon and those things hit like trucks. On top of that, it's the same thing as level, like the second wave at level 1. Where it's like, you guys are both going to be the same minions away from level 3. So you should focus on just getting level 3 first, because that's a huge power spike. But when you do this, wait, did I go back? Oh yeah, like, let's see this. This is no good. You should take damage for this regardless, even though you jump out. Like, yeah, like you don't even win this trade, and he didn't even do it right. He didn't even W properly. So he should just flat out stomp you there. He shouldn't even take any damage. He messed up, and you still lost the trade. So yeah, that stuff like that can just get you killed and make you lose level 3 advantage. But now you have it. He doesn't have W. You should just jump in. Yeah. Okay. Definitely should have got the second auto there too, but I think your pathing got a little messed up. Either way.
What could I have done to path better so I get that extra auto in?
Well, I think I
like
saw
that
you.
happens a lot. I don't get the second auto.
This right here. You see how you like walk to the side?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because he's slowed, so you should be able to get this. Also, let me see if you like canceled your auto properly here. Might be hard to tell. Let's see.
No, I didn't. I don't think I went for the Q auto E auto. I think I think I didn't want to risk not getting the slow or something. Well, I think I just failed my my combo.
Well, the main thing here is just like canceling. So like, remember, as soon as this does damage, as soon as the first part of your E does damage, you can click to start moving. You don't have to finish the whole animation. So I'll show you. So like, right, if we slow it down, this is just called Orb Walking. I'm sure you've heard the term.
Yeah.
Like Q, there. So like, you do damage. So like now you can start moving forward. But you like finish the whole animation, then you walk to the side a bit, you zigzag, and then you can't catch him.
Oh yeah.
Okay, you should just like push this and get a recall. because the wave's kind of in a weird spot. This is like where junglers definitely should be here by now.
Oh, I think that might be... Yeah, I remember what happens. Yeah. I'm in a fine position, and then Gragas splash body slams me, and I don't expect it.
Yeah. So you have to understand that like a lot of playing top lane is patience when it comes to not only trading, but like you can get leads without trades. So because, like I said, you won level 1, you dictate this lane for now. Like you're winning. And Shen he's not Irelia. You know, he can't push fast. He can't, it's going to take him a while to push waves. So when you know, like this is the cannon minion, jungler should be ganking at this time, you should be putting a shallow ward right here, just like a quick one, and then just hit the minions. Focus on getting this crash, because then you can recall. He doesn't have TP. You can recall and head back to lane. You'll have to clear all of these minions, or you have to clear all these minions, and then push it all the way back to you before you can take his reset. That's where you come back with an item advantage, and then he has to kind of decide if he wants to stay and try to fight you using his minions, if that'll be enough to defend him from your item advantage. You know what I mean? You see how that makes it tricky for him.
Yeah, no, that was on my mind. Like, that was my plan. I just agreed to trade with him. Like, and as I was doing it, I was like, oh, I'm greeting to trade, aren't I? And then I think I stall a bit, maybe the next Waverize or something. And then I die to a gank. Oh, that's it. Yeah.
Oh. Sad, because you definitely could have 1v2'd.
Yeah, that's what I remember. Yeah. My reaction time was just terrible on this one.
Oh, no, your reaction time was okay. Your reaction time was fine. You like, you're not really expected, like, when you get into, like, a much higher elo, we can maybe expect you to, no. No one will ever expect you to react to that, by the way. So, you don't have to worry about that. You W'd here.
W'd on the other side of me, like hack run.
So this is where things can be a little tricky, and I don't even expect this of you. So you have two options. If you know Shen's taunt range and where he started it, and know that he's gonna be basically right behind you, then yeah, you could like W backwards. But like, you know, that would require like very good knowledge of Shen's taunt range. You could, so instead of doing that, you can just take the guaranteed stun onto Gragas. Which also, actually a pretty big deal here. It makes it so he can't pop his Q while he's stunned. So,
and then I could have Q'd out, flashed, and I think I live, right?
Yeah, although I don't know, why is your Q on cooldown? Where did you use that? Why is it on a 12-second cooldown here?
Wait, it shouldn't.
You might have.
It was on a 4-second cooldown, right?
Yeah, right here though.
Oh, that's what I remember. I was queuing to kill a minion, and it canceled my Q, and that fucked me.
Yeah, that is unfortunate, but you definitely could live here. So if you we know everything that kind of happened here. Your Q got canceled. So what would you do here to survive this?
Flash to river and run to echo.
Yeah. So you would W. I would go for the just guaranteed W onto Gragas. I would W Gragas, and then, because he's not going to be able to pop his Q, I believe. He didn't pop it right away, probably. Wow, he actually did. He's such a griefer. Or regardless, you parried it. No, so you would have. So yeah, actually, if you did it towards Gragas, you might have actually hit Shen too. I can't tell, but either way.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if you stun
Gragas, I was panicked and just resigned myself to death at that point.
You said you were panicked?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I just panicked, hit W once I saw Gragas, and then I just let myself die at this point. I'm trying to remember.
Well, the most important thing is, did you know Echo was right here?
I'm trying to remember what my thought process was, but yeah, I think I was aware of him. I hadn't thought it out that far honestly. I didn't expect the Gragas gank, so I hadn't. Yeah.
So, now think about this. You know, it is really, really rare I ever really comment on wards in laning phase with players that I'm coaching, because they're really not like, they're not that important. But at certain times, like, I'm not going to harp on, like, where you put your vision or, like, not warding enough. There's just certain key moments in the game where just having a shallow ward right here, just a quick one, like, when you know you're in a danger wave, where it's like, jungler could gank right now. If you put that there and you see Gragas coming, think about how this changes everything. Not only do you see him coming early, Echo sees him coming early. So then you can stall this for a while. You can start running early. You don't get your Q canceled because you're going in without knowing he's there. And then you guys you'll just turn this into a 2v2, like 2-for-0 kill. Like you kill them both, no one will die. So like you need to be able to spot these moments where it's like,
this is a moment where like I'm aware of the danger of the moment. I think I didn't bother warding because I didn't want to slow down the crash. Because like if I back off to river, that gives Shen a chance to like just trim down the wave a little bit. Yeah, obviously 20/20 hindsight, that was a bad decision.
Well, it's just basically like, that's why I said a shallow one. Like I wouldn't want Shen to be able to farm anything. I'm very greedy like that too. So like I would walk as little as I can away from this, just to put one right at the edge of that brush. That's it. Just to get vision of the brush in like this little area, and then right back to the lane. It will only take like a second.
Okay.
You definitely don't need like a deep ward or anything like that. But yeah, it could have changed things a lot here. If you parried Gragas, yeah, you could have just 1v2'd this actually. Your wave was so big. That's like another big thing here. It's like, even with you
there
not,
wasn't a whole lot of thought into it at that point. Honestly, the Gragas, the E flash threw me off so much. I literally never see Gragases do that.
Oh really? What the hell?
Yeah, I mean I know it's a common tactic, but like,
that's just like bread and butter, yeah.
Often, and people so rarely do it in low elo.
Because, like, basically, when you got your W off like this, because you could get your W off before Shen hit you with a taunt, gave you a chance to 1v2 this. Because they don't really have much damage left if you think about it. It's like Gragas just used everything. So he actually has, like, no damage left. You have a massive wave. Shen's low. Who'd you end up trying to hit?
No Q, I think it's pretty difficult, right? Because normally you'd want to Q, hit that Vital, and then I think it's a free double kill. I think.
You could always flash and hit it, but you are ignited. Yeah, it's a little tough. And there's actually one thing here that really could have made the difference. This little guy right here. You are 1 minion from level 4. You hate to see it. So just a bunch of small stuff here. I'm not too worried about it, honestly.
Yeah.
The main things are the stuff we already talked about with like the trading from level 1 to 3, and then ward in it's like a danger zone. Because the problem is when you don't bring TP, these deaths are like really punishing, you know.
Yeah, that's been a big thing because I've been trying, like, I haven't been bringing TP for the past few games because I think just the value of stomping lane outweighs so much.
Wow, that guy trolled.
What, should you have taunted him or?
Well, the fact that he stayed, he should have recalled like when you died. And just to let the wave freeze. Yeah. He just threw his whole lane. Okay, so it's still winnable. Problem is, this is the one thing I don't like about tier. I don't know if you've actually done any research on like if they buy tier.
400 gold. I tend to buy it later now because I looked into when people buy it, and now.
Yeah.
Yeah, the reason why I think I went tier here because I was tilted, so I thought I was like, oh, the lane's already over. Let me just get tier and get that stacking. Because I think the tricky thing with tier is if you buy it if you buy it before early laning phase, it takes way longer to stack. Like, laning phase is like by far the best place to stack tier.
Mm-hmm.
You're constantly trading.
Yeah.
But then if you buy it too early, you're gonna lose the lane because you're 400 gold behind all the time.
Right, exactly. That's why I always, if I'm building tier on anyone, it's never my first recall. I'll get like a longsword, and then my second recall, I'll grab a tier. Okay, but now you should just recall and grab a longsword. Oh yeah, perfect. Okay, good. Good. Longsword boots. I would honestly just go longsword. Like, I think potions are actually more important than boots in a matchup like this, especially.
Doesn't that give me with excess gold? I was just trying to get best gold value.
Yeah, so like if you could get another longsword, then that's what I would do. But no potions really blows when you're against Shen, who you're not going to be able to just like run down and kill. And he has potions. So
throughout sustaining is more important. Yeah.
Yeah, just like sustain's going to help you in the lane more than boots will help you, even if you're spending more gold. Okay, so
what in general do you think I should get boots? Because I often tend to delay boots like a really long time. And that's probably wrong.
No, that's normal on Fiora actually.
Okay, it is.
It's very matchup dependent, but like I remember the last time I played Fiora, I didn't have boots after like 3 items. So, just because every time I recalled, I had enough for like big components. But you basically, it's matchup dependent. Some matchups, you know, like tabbies are really important, or armor shoes. Some matchups.
Yeah, generally I tend to only get boots if I can see straight up like combat value from it, like like tabbies or merc treads, or in the few matchups where like movement speed's important.
Yep, exactly.
Okay, good.
Okay, so now he's the one pushing. So like going for something like this. It's like he should actually be able to punish you harder for that, but because in this elo, players don't really move around your vitals. They don't actually try to make them harder to hit. He's just standing there letting you hit them, and then he doesn't actually go forward. So like the only problem with doing what you're doing is good players can punish it. Like if they're waiting for you to do it, it's kind of hard for you to react with your W to his taunt if you're just jumping and right on top of him. But we'll see what he does. Just knowing that there is some, it's all about, the main point is knowing that there is some risk involved when you're just jumping into his wave like that. Because if he taunts you into the wave, you're gonna get fucked.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Oh boy. Luckily this guy's just kind of letting you do whatever you want.
Yeah, is there, should I even, because I was trying to get back to lane and trim the wave to get a freeze. Should I have not been trying to do that? Because I'm looking at all the trades I'm getting, and it kind of seems like every trade I get on him is a trade I should have just like died for, and
so the situation here is he has the push, he has the minion advantage, right? So yeah, that risk that I was just talking about, where like there is some risk if you're trying to queue at him, but if you like feel out the player and they're like very hesitant, you can make some risky pokes with your Q, especially if I don't know how a lot of Fiora players are, mechanical players where they have good reaction time and they try to, like, they'll react to stuff with their W, with like a Shen taunt or something like that. So like I don't know what kind of player you are, but if you were confident in stuff like that.
Terrible, yeah.
Oh, your mechanics are terrible. Okay, so if that's the case and you're not going to be able to react to a lot of stuff, then you probably shouldn't go for stuff that is really dangerous. But like I said, if a player's literally letting you walk all over them, I can't really say you don't want to do it. It's just, like I said, the most important thing is knowing the risk involved. And like if you die, you know why you died. That's all that matters.
Okay, so should I sort of have been playing it, sort of like the same thing, level 1, where like I walk up, see if I can bait Q, and just sort of like auto wave to Trent?
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
Because if you can bait out his Q, then like even if he taunts you, it doesn't really matter. He can't bring the sword through you and do like his actual rotation. His like, this is where he gets all his damage. So if you bait out the Q and then go for a little like stab with your Q to hit vitals, you're much safer. And then he can waste his taunt and it won't really matter. So this freeze is okay. So like this freeze is good just because he just hit level 6. So if he goes to ult right now, you can punish him. And you're about to hit level 6. Okay. Oh boy. So right here. So he used his Q. Notice you didn't even have to bait it. He just fucking did it. He just walked on up, pressed Q, and what did you do? You just said, okay, I will jump into your shield. So imagine if you just wait for this to fall off, then go for something like this. You can see how this is just a big waste of damage, and like you're hitting the shield, you're not doing much to him. Yeah, you're playing right into his win condition basically. Oh, you actually want him to taunt you here. Ooh, okay. So you got a little bit too. So what do you think you should be thinking about here?
My goal is to, I mean, ideally I want to hit level 6 and run him down.
Okay.
So I should be focusing on not letting him crash the wave, if possible, and then being prepared to get a good trade on him based on level advantage.
Well, so what could he do? Like, what big misplay could he make right now that would basically get him killed if he does it? There's one thing that could get him killed right now if he does it.
Bad taunt that gets parried?
Just taunt in general. Because, so, like, what you should be doing is hitting one minion and getting it very low. Because that will get you level 6. And then you just want to act like an idiot. You want him to, like, think you're trolling, and then he'll taunt. And then you'll hit that minion, hit level 6, and now your Fiora with level 6 with an ult, he doesn't have an ult. So now the situation flips on him, right? So the most important thing here was to get one minion very low to hit level 6 when you want to hit level 6, basically. But you were really right. But you were really focused on trading with him here. You need to be focused on hitting minions, just getting one low enough so the moment you want to hit 6, you can do it. If he decides to taunt or whatever. But look, you're still hitting him. Okay. Gotta hit one minion down. You don't have W, though. Maybe he takes the bait. Sadly, he didn't. Okay. So, what you were saying about not letting him crash the wave is good, though. You should definitely do that right now. You have ult. He shouldn't be able to just one-hit you. You don't have W, so you want to try to avoid the taunt, but you could just jump in and try to get him to taunt away. Because he doesn't have W. Okay. Nice. Okay, there it is. Boom. He is now in trouble. He has no taunt, so he's no threat to you. And he didn't crash the wave. So he only has two options. He either sits all the way back here for the next 20 seconds, or takes a bad recall, or walks up and dies. So let's see.
I think he takes option 3 and just TP's bot and gets 2 kills. Or like ult's bot.
Well, so like notice your positioning here. There's only one good reason you want to position like this. And it's if you are trying to bait him. If you are trying to make him feel comfortable to walk up. Now, if you were doing that, like if I do this all the time in this elo, where like I know they shouldn't walk up, so I will walk like to here. Make them feel comfy, and then I'll walk up and just go all in, because he doesn't have taunt. He can't just like taunt away right now.
Oh yeah.
So if you're not gonna try to bait him like that, then you should be looking to like walk up here, like jump in.
I was afraid to do that because there's an incoming wave.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Oh, it doesn't matter?
No. Because not only do you get like a lot of healing, yeah, he has ignite, but healing or the grievous wounds on ignite was nerfed. He doesn't have an ult. Like you're just so much stronger than him when he doesn't have a taunt to CC you, make sure the sword goes through you. Like if you position right, you can just prevent the sword from going through you pretty much the whole like easily just by walking away. You know, making sure it's not in between you. Because like he's actually like because he used that taunt. Like I said, he was in such a bad spot. He shouldn't be able to walk up this far. You can just like push him away off the wave. But now his taunt's gonna come back up, and then you kind of go back to that. So now you have to try to bait out his taunt again. So whenever you see Shen do this, whenever you're playing against Shen in general, and you see a fight happening on the map, like some shit's going down, you have to follow him. Your wave's frozen. You're fine. He is like trying to get into a safe spot to ult. So like follow him, don't let him do that, and you might be able to catch him and like kill him before he gets the ult off. But I think you're just kind of gonna let him.
Yeah, I thought he was I wasn't sure what he was doing. I thought maybe he's either getting deep vision or about to do the thing like sometimes people do where they just recall when it's frozen and lose the lane.
Mm-hmm.
I was like actually really shocked to see him bot lane, and then I realized I should have seen that coming.
Right, yeah, it just comes down to like seeing a fight happening, and there's no downside to just following him and seeing exactly what he's doing, right?
Yeah.
Problem is, so let me see here. If I ask you at this point, where's the wave gonna go right now?
It's frozen, right?
No.
It'll stay in that spot.
No.
No?
Mm.
Or is it slow pushing out then? Wait, let me count the minions. Oh, even minion rule. It's slow pushing out.
Right, exactly. So, that means if he's like, so when did he start his ult? Did he start his ult already, or no, he didn't? So that means if you think he's either recalling, if you think he's recalling here, you really should just be pushing, hard pushing, because he's either recalling or ulting somewhere. Both of those scenarios, you want to push so you can try to deny, right? Because the wave isn't frozen anymore; it's pushing to him. So
I was planning on slow pushing that wave and then hard pushing the next. And then I started fast pushing as soon as I saw him off, but by then it was sort of too late to actually get anything done.
Don't forget to like use your W to hit minions. You can hit them all. You can hit so many with it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I probably
much
should have
damage
done
does it
that. I'm always hesitant to do that because then you don't have a W for like the next like 26 seconds or whatever.
Yeah, it's just like no one was gonna be here, right? Since he ulted away.
Yeah.
I mean, 110 is actually a lot of damage, to be honest. To multiple, to like 6 minions, it's like 600 damage. So, but either way, that wasn't too bad. The most important thing there was like you need to follow him and not let him just ult. Like make sure he walks all the way back to tower to ult, and like doing that could make his ult late, right? And then that person.
Then it could even be like negate the effect or even just get him killed or something. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Okay. So this wave's too big. You gotta just hold that and sit back. Yeah. So what you're doing right now, this is really dangerous.
Yeah.
Not because he could kill you, like he could chunk you too, but like let's say he taunts you right now. And he chunks you to half HP.
Yeah, the lane state's ruined because he can just recall and I can never crash the wave, right?
No, it's that you will be dove. So, like, this is something you'll really have to learn to understand, especially the higher elo you get. If you learn the hard way in higher elos where someone's slow pushing towards you like this, you do not walk up to this shit. You let that push in. Don't walk up at all, because these are the most common times to get dove, and they want to deny you this massive wave. So if you walk up and lose half your HP before they crash it, you're making it real easy for them. Because like the fact of the matter is like you can't fight them anyway, so there's no reason to trade. And then the cherry on top is like, yeah, and if you trade, since you're gonna lose it, now you're getting yourself in a really dangerous spot where you can be dove and lose the whole fucking game because you lose 3-4 waves, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, this was
Yeah, I have no
here we
clue
go.
what I was doing. Yeah. Because I know better than that too. So yeah.
So exactly what I was saying would happen, where he would taunt you, you go to half HP, like you were very diveable. Now, if this Gragas came top lane, it doesn't matter that you have W, right? Like it's not that easy. It's like not easy at all actually to outplay their dive.
Yeah.
So yeah, this was a really dangerous and really, really bad play. And on top of all of it, yeah, now you didn't buy any potions, so now you're just sitting here half HP, and what are you supposed to do? Because like you're not following the rules and the steps of what you need of like how laning works. You know how it works. It's like top lane is just slow pushes back and forth. Whoever has the big wave is the one that can be pretty confident a lot of the time. Now you do have an ult and he doesn't, but he does have armor shoes, bramble vest, full HP, and you're half HP, and he has ignite. So if he had TP, you could like limit test this and see, because it'll be hard for him to just straight up kill you without ignite with their healing. But Since he has Ignite, that really makes it almost impossible when you just have half HP. So it was going to be your turn. If you just let this push in, you stay full HP, it starts still pushing back to him, it's your turn. You can do shit. You just kind of threw it all away, though, for the next... Now you have to get another recall before you can even play the game.
Yeah.
Right. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, this was definitely a big... this is like a fundamental error. Okay. Oh, he took a tower shot. He's throwing a bit, but you know the enemy jungler's topside, so this is all really dangerous. Luckily, he's still not looking to dive. Uh-oh. Where are we going here? Ooh.
I was warding, because I wasn't sure if Shen was about to go over there.
So,
I remember. I wanted to ward there because if Shen was roaming, then he could circle back through Tribrush and kill me as I was pushing.
Mm-hmm. So, what if Shen stood, like, so what I will do all the time.
Chilling in the bush.
Yeah.
Tell me if I face checked.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Right? So, like...
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't do this because you'll just die doing this if anyone knows what they're doing, because, like, I do this to people all the time. You can't really just, like, walk out of your lane and, like, follow their roam if you're in danger of dying by face checking. But now you're slow pushing, so now even though you have a HP disadvantage, you do have a big wave, and you have an ult and he doesn't. So this is where, like, knowing your limits and knowing and, like, playing off of his cooldowns will be important. But definitely, like, stand your ground with this wave. This is the best chance you're going to get. Careful of the enemy jungler.
At this point, with the health advantage, I was pretty scared of him.
You're holding your ground properly, though. Okay, yep, try to get him to taunt. Okay. Gotta try to push this wave in and reset. It's gonna be tough. Oh! Nice. Uh-huh. Oh, hit him again?
He kills me here, yeah.
Oh, okay. So, this was actually... Like, when he missed that, that was good for you. Thing is, you didn't hit him here with that vital right there. And then your ult... Like, see, you think about how many autos... Like, how much damage you're missing here.
Him at first? Because I wasn't sure if it was a kill, and I didn't want to be stuck crashing with no ult.
Well...
but, like, I think the fact that it was a back vital, because I can't do any damage if I'm not hitting vitals. He basically... Like, he always wins auto trades because he's the one with empowered autos.
Mm-hmm. So, think about this. He just used his taunt. He missed it. So, when it comes to you using your W... If it's not for his taunt, when would be the best time to use your W?
On the empowered auto.
Right. He just used Q right here. He just popped it. So, this is when you would W. Not only would it hit the vital, but you're blocking empowered auto, which is the most important. That's the concept here. Is like this.
I was just hesitant to blow any cooldowns when I was trying to crash, but that got me into an even worse situation because I still ended up having to use all the cooldowns.
Well,
and I didn't get a kill, and I don't think I got the crash either.
Well, no, it's understandable not wanting to use cooldowns, but the thing is, he used cooldowns. He used his taunt already, and he's like going in here. So because he used a big cooldown, and like you shouldn't be hesitant to use yours as well when he's like getting real aggressive like this. You're in such a dangerous. This is like one of the most dangerous spots of the lane. And just to be clear, remember this is only dangerous because of the first thing you did when you got back, right? So, you as soon as you see him use Q, this is when you would use W for some powered autos and to reduce his attack speed, because he got. I think he actually got that powered auto off. I don't think you blocked this one, did you? Let me see. Yeah, you didn't block that one.
Oh. So
two empowered autos that you should have blocked both of them because like the attack speed is slow wouldn't let him get the other one off. Like you could kill him here straight up. If he used W, I mean, his W lasts, what is it, like 1.5 seconds or 2 seconds? 1.7. Yeah, that's like nothing. So, like, if you block those empowered autos, ignite him and ult him, he has to flash out. He can't win. So it just came down to
bad execution.
It's not even execution. This is more just like knowing the situation. Like there's no mechanics required here, really. It's just being like, you know, calm and knowing, okay, my W, since he doesn't have E, every matchup you should know when you would use your W as Fiora, since you main her. So Shen, if he doesn't have E, you want to use it on his empowered autos. If you did that, like look, and then you popped your ult too late as well. I think did you go for auto then Q here? Because if you didn't pop your ult so late, you could have got like, yeah, definitely should have killed him here, even with his flash.
Yeah.
Because.
Yeah, I think I was definitely indecisive here. Like, not quite sure if I wanted to like commit ult and W and like actually try to kill him, or if I wanted to disengage. I think let him chunk me, like, because I let him get off a million empowered autos instead of just carrying it.
Because, yeah, like right here, you could have hit him with at least one of these vitals before he stepped in here. Because your Q's been up this whole time. But then use it here. I think he... Oh, no, you did get one, I think. That means you could have got two, actually. But either way...
He was right on the edge, because I got the second... Because I queued to get the one by the wall. And then the second auto should have hit... Or the auto should have hit the front-facing vital. But he was like right on the edge of the W.
It's right here.
I think if I auto Q instead of walking for some reason, and then queuing and then autoing.
Right, yeah. You needed to auto, then Q. It looks like you... I can't tell if it looked like you tried and it like accidentally canceled the auto or something, but I think you already know that concept.
Might have been what it... Because I like walk for a whole second there. I don't know why.
Oh, boy. Oh, nice. Okay. So yeah, ping your jungler to help you push this shit, because this is an awful situation. Just don't die, get the wave pushed. Yep, there you go. Now get the fuck out of here. Yeah, I would have went back here to recall, but this is okay too. Oh, nice. Did he die? Nice. Okay. Wait, what? Did Shen just ult away with no HP?
Did you recall and then ult? Or...
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Did he just ult with that HP? That's
it, while someone's diving too. Okay. Alright. So seen a lot of different things here to work on. This is all good stuff. Let me see here. Okay, this is like a very similar scenario. So look. So this is an exact same scenario, literally. You're pushing, he taunts in, okay, this is fine. So now, you just Q, and then when he goes to use his Q, like that, like you just did, that's when you would W him. Like, don't be afraid to use this when he taunts. When his taunt's down, like, don't be afraid to use it. Like, see, 14 seconds, I mean, this is an 18-second cooldown. Yours is 21 seconds, but that's only 3 seconds off. This ability is just so insane that... Like
yeah, I think I'm always trying to save W to block an empowered auto attack, and then I literally never respond fast enough to block an empowered auto attack.
Okay, you're saving it for an empowered auto, or you're saving it for the taunt? You sure you because like it doesn't seem like
generally I try to, because the thing is like taunt, it's really hard to parry, right?
Yeah.
It's better to play around baiting taunt.
Right. Yeah.
And also, even if he taunts, you never know whether he's going to go through you or not go through you.
Right.
But it's always best to just parry the empowered auto attacks, because oftentimes you can parry his taunt, and then he might still win the trade just through empowered autos.
Right. Exactly. So, because I just noticed that there's a lot of trades where you just like don't use W when you can. Like your W is just so good. The attack speed slow is just so ridiculous. I'm not sure what we're doing here. Oh, okay. You got it.
I was going to take Scuttle, and then I realized Echo wanted it, and then I just got Honey Fruit because I was chunked. So I have no clue why I walked into the jungle when I didn't have a ward to get deep vision. So
these are the taunts you have to react to, because this is like You have so much time. And this is actually like not just reaction. This is also prediction. Any kind of reaction in this game, in any game, is like there's prediction involved. So knowing that, okay, it's just in the back of your mind. Okay, if he tries to taunt me from here at this time, I'm going to parry it because he's so far away. He's not close. Look how slow this is. That's
it's one of those things where you can react to if you're mentally prepared for it.
Right.
If you're just not, then yeah.
So if you weren't thinking about it here, he basically just suicided, to be honest. He has no flash. He can never just taunt like that when he far away. He has to save his taunt for up close. Because that's reactable range, and then you stun him, ult him, he dies. He has no flash. What is he gonna do, right?
Yeah.
So that was a kill right there. It'd be the same thing as let's say let's take a different top laner. Let's say you're against Camille. Say you're against Camille. You're walking up like this, and
when she's right next to the wall, you can still parry it, but it's obviously going to be fast, so you got to be ready for it.
Right, if she's right next to the wall, it can be hard, and you can still do it. But let's say she's here, so she's close to the wall, to where it will be a little fast. So it might make her think she can do it. You just need to they're going to disrespect you like this. This is just disrespect. If you need to be mentally prepared for them to potentially do that, so you can be ready to parry. If it's a Riven, you can attempt to react to her dash in with W. That's normal. That's a common thing Rivens will do. It's basically just being mentally prepared for these CCs, because people will disrespect you and just get themselves killed. This is just straight up griefing this guy. He should have died for this all day. You might still be able to kill him. You should still kill him, honestly. Yeah, it looks like you know this. It's not gonna be enough without the stun. Yep.
Yeah.
So sadly, because you don't have the stun and because you don't have ignite, even with the stun, he's fairly tanky right now. Ignite would have made that much easier. Either way, you can see that stun was definitely reactable, and now you're in trouble because now you don't have ult. So now he doesn't have to be afraid of you at all.
Yeah.
And he has potions and you don't. Okay. I want to, before we wrap things up, I want to look at one more.
Okay. Yeah.
Let me see here. Let me look at a matchup that I think. Oh, Riven. You stomped it, so. Garen. Let's look at, what is this right here? Gwen. How did this matchup go?
Oh, I remember this. Yeah. So, I was doing the first 3 levels, obviously. Inted at tower, trying to crash, and then I just underestimated tower shots, and I just got the damage wrong and inted.
That's fine. That's totally fine. I'd rather you do that than not dive.
It spiraled out of control. There were problems.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Let's take a look at this one.
Oh wait, is this the Aatrox game?
Yeah.
Oh god, this one was painful.
Let's look what happened.
This one was bad. My team, I did not deserve to win this game. I think I won it, right? They just completely carried me, and also Aatrox just inted. But the fact that Aatrox lost this game, I think he's legally required to uninstall after losing this one.
Alright, let's see what happened. Okay, well, we're trolling right off the bat. So this is that flowchart, not really thinking about what we should be doing type stuff that this is going to hurt you the most of anything. The thing is because I've only seen 2 games, of course, but this just keeps popping up. So what's one of the most important things about Aatrox's trading patterns?
His Qs.
His Qs?
And his passive auto.
His passive auto. There we go. That's what we're looking for. That passive auto hits hard. That shit hurts. And it heals him, I believe, still. I don't know how. They've reworked this thing so many times. Yeah,
they
it heals him
reworked it
too.
so it doesn't hit minions as hard, but it's still... I think they kept it the same as on Champions because they wanted to reward him for actually trading.
Yeah. So you should be constantly playing around Shen's passive auto, just like you should be playing around... Or did I say Shen or Aatrox? I think I said
You
Shen.
said Shen, but I knew what you meant.
Yeah, like
Well,
both of them.
You know what makes this worse, actually? I
What?
was thinking about the passive auto, and I was like, if I do this, he'll passive auto me. And I still did it. Like, I was just okay with it, I guess.
That's called flowchart. That's that flowchart we're talking about. You're just kind of doing it. Okay, so yeah, so just like with Shen, you gotta play around this passive auto. It hits so hard. And then not only that, it's not like he doesn't have any abilities up. You're just jumping into his wave. His passive auto's up. His Qs are up. Everything's up. You're just jumping into the wave, hoping that you win. And obviously you're not gonna win. And he could have won that harder. So that's just like, you gotta get that stuff out. And like, I don't know why he's like so afraid right now. Maybe
Well, my goal was to get in close, because like the thing is, if I get up close, his first two can't hit me, and then I can Q away from his third. I think thinking about the minion wave, there's no way I should win this, just by nature of the minion wave. But
so he can hit you with all three.
If I don't miss the vital there, I think his first two Qs can't really hit me.
Oh, they'll still hit. He won't hit the sweet spot, but they'll hit. So, like, it's not like, you can see where the vital is, right? Like, it shows you.
Yeah.
So this makes it even worse of a decision. Like, you see the vitals on the other side, and then you jump in anyway. Like, he can Q you right now, and then as you try to run out of this one, the second one will hit you, and then he can walk up and auto you one more time. Like, he could have really punished you for this. Luckily, he only does that. He was so tunneled on hitting the sweet spot of the first one, he doesn't realize he could just do the normal first one, and the second one, he can hit the sweet spot. Okay. So yeah, you're both definitely trolling. So here, it's like you shouldn't be going for this vital. I get it, but you're gonna miss that CS. You're gonna miss that CS. Now you don't have a Q to actually defend yourself or trade when he's walking up into all these minions. It's like you're just forcing a trade for no reason. Get your CS, and then when you have no CS to go for, and he walks up for his CS, then you can jump in and Q.
Yeah.
You should have probably autoed him at least one more time there, but okay. So gotta back up. Oh, okay. I can't tell though. Were you assuming you're hitting level 2 as you jumped in? I can't tell. It seemed like maybe, but
I'm trying to remember this one.
Because this minion's gonna give you level 2.
Yeah, because you can see I'm clearly aware of it. I think I thought it was gonna die a little bit sooner, and I was hoping that he would want to extend the trade because I'd be level 1 when it started, and then it's not a good idea because the vital's already up against the wall.
Well, it's mainly just like you can just sit here and wait, and then if he walks up too close, you auto that and then jump in.
Yeah, I feel like this lane is just super rushed for me. Like, because I can get level 1 prio. Like, there's so many. I'm just forcing so many trades here.
Right. You did the exact same thing against Shen. You were just forcing a lot, and not. Remember what I said earlier, that top lane comes down to like patience. This is what I'm talking about, where it's like you don't have to be constantly trading. It's about like you need to be taking it one trade at a time. Once, like, you should be contesting their CS. You should be knowing where the enemy jungler could be, so you can, if you're in that danger zone, to put a shallow ward like we talked about earlier. There's also things called like non-committal traits, where Fiora, you don't do it as much. Actually, you can. So like, let's say you think the enemy jungler's around, but you don't have a ward or anything. You don't want to just like jump in with your Q. Instead, you can
like approach and then Q out. Like,
right.
You always have the option to disengage.
Exactly. So like that is a big part of top lane. You have to know how safe you are to go for these like jump ins. Like you don't have to. Like, you just take a lot of risk. The risk reward for what you do, like the ratio there is just not. Like, you're constantly taking like a big risk for a reward that's not even that great. When you don't have to do any of that. League is actually not about. Isn't a game that you have to take big risk to climb. It's actually the opposite. You get consistent gameplay by doing low risk stuff, and then you never have to make big plays or risky plays to climb. Sometimes to win really hard games. Oh, so we're actually paying the price here for not. So this is what I mean by the risk reward. So you were trying to just like start it and bait him in, but instead you could just leave that there, wait for him to walk up, and then hit that minion. I actually don't think you were aware of it at all because you didn't even hit this when he started jumping on you. Maybe it's hard to tell.
At that point, I was so scared of him, I just wanted to leave, which obviously walked me into the Q spot. So.
Because like you could hit this, get level.
This was a mess of a trade. It's hard to figure out what exactly I was thinking at the time.
Yeah, it's just like if you hit this, level up W, and use it now, on his sweet spot, that'd be kind of cracked, and it would work. Oh, you're dead. Ooh, boy. Well, I mean, it's okay. This is good. This is good that this happened because, like, we're seeing exactly what your issues are. A lot of forcing. Yeah. You just need to basically. I've had this problem before. A lot of times throughout my league, when I was climbing through like Diamond, Platinum, I had this issue where I was forcing trades too often, like this. And what helped me always was just like. That's why my first game of the day or second game of the day would always be the best because that's when I was most relaxed and calm and like thinking the most. And then by like my fourth or fifth game, I'm just fucking flow charting, jumping in every time I can. Because I mained Riven at one point. But it's very clear here what your main issue is, the main thing you want to focus on. And then it's actually one that should be really, really, it should change your results.
Yeah.
You should win a lot more lanes. Okay, well, we're in another spot now, though, where, like, so he doesn't have any sums, and he didn't recall like he should have. He should have, just like the Shen earlier, he didn't recall when they were supposed to. So, oh, you got
Yeah, I was super, like, I knew that, like, if I didn't punish him here, like, if I let him get the recall off, things would end poorly, and I think I really mis-executed, like, because I was trying to, like, either... Like, I was trying to, obviously, like, probably get a freeze or, like, try to kill him or something. You know, like, punish him for not taking a recall.
Mm-hmm.
I forget exactly what mistake I made. Probably maybe, like, an over-forcing thing or whatever. And then I think I die here again. Or maybe I just get chunked, really. I think I die here.
That's okay. We'll figure it out. It's like, yeah. So this all comes down to, like, again, like, knowing the situation in your head at, like, before any of this happens. Like, this isn't actually, like, a mechanical thing. There's, like, something small mechanical here that we'll get into, but... The main thing is understanding you don't want to try to walk up and hit him with W right now because, so let's say you hit him with W here, or like you parry his this right here, and you stun him. Will you kill him if that lands?
No, because he can probably walk back to tower.
Right, you don't have enough damage at level 2 to just kill him if that stun lands. So there's no point using your, like this is your, like, kill setup ability right now. This is what will, like, punish him for doing these Qs and will let you get the kill with the little counterplay from him. So you don't want to waste it right here when you can't actually kill him. Instead, you can just trade. So when he uses Q like this, you dash to the side. You won't get hit by the sweet spot. You'll trade with him, and that's fine. You want to be saving this W for, because you're going to hit level 3 soon. You want to save it for your level 3 when you can actually kill him, or if he gets a little lower. Because now he doesn't actually have to be so scared. On top of this... okay, so he's going to do a lot of damage to minions here. This is where, like, you wouldn't want to touch the wave. Because even minion rule, like we just talked about. So now the wave is coming to you. So that puts him in a really bad spot. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you want to keep this wave coming to you, but you're just kind of hitting minions.
I was trying to trim the wave, but I think if I'd looked at the number of minions more, I should have realized that I didn't need to trim it that much.
Yeah, you don't want to trim it at all. So this is like where, like, the first thing you need to look at when, like, assessing a situation like this is, okay, what's the wave doing? That's going to let you know what you need to do. If it's pushing to him, then, like, you want to try to crash it. If it's coming to you, you want to let it keep coming to you, because then he's in a really bad spot where it's going to be hard for him to get a recall. So, yeah, you don't want to actually trim this at all, because now it's frozen in front of his tower again. I mean, it's not technically not frozen, but you're like pretty soon here. You're gonna break this.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, he went in. So like, go jump in. Trade. Oh, you got to trade there. So.
Wasn't my W still down there?
It's okay. You have to think about something. You have to think about the fact that, like, if you guys are both, if you're 100% HP, he's 50, 60% HP, and he takes 30% of your HP, so you're 70%, and you take 20% of his HP, so you bring him to, like, here. This is much more dangerous of a health bar than this, right?
Yeah.
So even if you slightly lose the trade, you are still winning out because you have more HP right now. You have way more. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that does make sense.
Like he's in a much worse scenario, especially with your W coming up. So like, yeah, you want to hit him. Especially like, only thing he hit you with here is W, and that's fine. You can walk out of that shit anyway. So yeah, you got to hit him there. Because the more minions he gets, the more health he regens, the better of a spot he'll be in. Like, hit him. He has no Q. Hit him. Yeah, there we go. We want more than that, but it's okay. You got his W. That's good. That's a big cooldown. Okay, there it is right there. He dies right here. He made the mistake. This is what you were looking for. We'll see. Do you W this? Come on.
No, I think I was saving it for third kill.
So I think you've played against enough Aatroxes to know that they always do this. They always use E with the second Q because it's like the biggest one. It's like the easiest one to hit the sweet spot on because it goes so far and is so wide.
You would actually be shocked. This is a reason why I'm so bad at Aatroxes. Below Gold 2, I swear, like, every Aatrox I know always third Qs. Like, even when they know how Fiora works, they know I have my W up, they literally always just third Q in and die.
Oh yeah, that's not shocking to me at all. Trust me, I've seen it all, bro.
Which means, like, I always like sort of psych myself out when I meet an Aatrox who doesn't do that, because I just don't even think about the first. Or it's not that I don't think about it. It's just I think I just sort of tilt myself, I guess.
No, I know what you're saying. So like this just goes back to what we were talking about earlier with the Shen taunt when you were next to the wall. It's like you need to be mentally prepared to take each situation at a time. So first Q, you're never gonna try to parry that. He does that right. When does he do it? Right there. So like now, immediately in your head, okay, if he tries to do E with Q2, which he will because he can't reach you without it, but if he tries, especially with how common it is for Aatrox to do that, I am ready to parry. That's all, because this is very easy to react to.
Yeah, you're right.
And then boom, you parry it. Now he's stunned. Vital's right in front of you. You have everything up. Well, you don't have your Q, but it will be up. You're gonna walk up, hit him while he's stunned. You know. And he has no flash, so he's gonna die. So notice a lot of these concepts, they just keep coming back up. It's always the same thing. It's just a different matchup. Same concept. Being mentally prepared for certain abilities, especially when you're playing someone with a parry like Fiora. Not trading when you just get back to lane. You know, that one was important earlier, and the other matchup. All of these things, they're always just going to come back around. And the thing is, like, if you let him do that, like, now look, that advantage you had from him not recalling is gone. Totally.
Yeah. Because
you just let him do that right there.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. That's actually a perfect place to... Actually, I want to kind of see how you end up dying. Okay, doing a little forcing. Now it's too late. Now you're totally screwed. Now you can be... So, if, like the enemy jungler can basically end the game here. If this is high elo, you are so fucked. It's crazy. Like, the enemy jungler will come straight to top. Doesn't matter how many wards are here. They come to top. This guy pushes in 3 waves, and good luck. You know, like if you got...
I think that's what happens, actually. No, I don't die here. I realize that they're about to die to me, and I just back off. but I still lose all the waves, and then like top
Right.
lane's sort of over. I think.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Because like, enemy jungler should come top here, base and like see look at so that concept we were talking about earlier, not like trading and taking damage when the wave's slow pushing to you. Like at this point, you need to realize you fucked up. You can't kill him anymore. So don't make it worse. Just sit back, let the wave come to you, give up some CS. But you are so close to being like you're already diveable, but you're a little bit more damage like this, and then it's a free dive. Now you're really fucked. He can dive you alone. So yeah, this is all really bad stuff. Oh boy.
We got a guy here. I know at some point Jack comes top and I lose a bunch of waves or something.
Luckily, he actually, even though your jungler just show bot, he just leaves and lets you do this. He shouldn't, right?
Yeah.
You should just be totally fucked. He should have pinged his jungler. And now look, now your wave's still fucked, and now you're trying to push it, but you can't push this in time.
Yeah, but I can't push it on time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to lose several waves. Oh, that's what it is. I end up having to recall on when he has a freeze. But, I'm trying to remember exactly what goes wrong. I remember it goes really, really wrong.
Basically, you can just see how snowbally this lane has been. Literally, from the mistakes at level 1 and 2 has set up everything up until this point, and then not punishing him for not recalling when not using your W on a second E, and now here you are. It's like fuck. We all know how bad. Like we all know how bad of a situation this is, and how terrible it feels to be in this situation. It's like shit. Can't recall. Can't push. I'm fucked. And I'm playing top lane, and Aatrox just gonna roll me for the rest of the game, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, top lane can be brutal sometimes, but yeah, it's just doomed. Yep. Okay. Cool. All right. Let me do this. My Discord's probably gonna freeze here. Yep. All right. Sorry, my Discord froze. Okay, so that was actually a lot of really good stuff, especially for your elo. That was like the stuff I expected to have to go over. So do you have any questions about anything we went over before we wrap it up?
No, that makes sense.
Okay, cool. Well, if you have any other questions, like if something goes wrong on your lanes or whatever, and you want to record it and send it to me, feel free. But if that's everything, good luck, and you have a good night, bro.
Yeah, thanks. You too.
Peace.